Darren Flutie. Let me tell you about Darren. Football, basketball, baseball. Class of 1984, three-sport athlete. Football, captain. Two-time All-Scholastic, 1983-84 for the Division I Natick High State Champion football team. Graduated as the all-time leading rusher in Natick High School history. Varsity career from 1982 to 84. Scored the winning touchdown and two-point conversion in the Division I State Football Championship, defeating Melrose 35-34. That was in 1983. Basketball, captain, all-conference, 1984 season. Guard in the Bay State Championship basketball team at Natick High, 1984. Baseball, captain, two-time All-Scholastic for the Division I Natick High State Champion baseball team in 1983 and 84, and a member of the Division I State Champion team, 1982. I am very proud to say that Darren Flutie and his beautiful wife are both friends of mine, and I have a great honor tonight to be able to say congratulations, Darren Flutie. Take a picture?
Oh, yeah. There you go, pal. Congratulations. Appreciate it. What do you want me to say?
Whatever you want.
I'll be very brief.
We only have a half hour.
We got a half hour?
That's just
Oh, in that case, relax. Kick back. Well, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee. Paul mentioned it early, and when Coach Galani was up here, just a great idea, and I think it brings back the tradition of Natick, which, you know, at times may have seemed like it left a little bit, but it really brings back all the years, and to see these teams from 1944 last year and 49 and see those members of those teams back, it's awesome. I can't imagine doing that like 40 years from now. It'd be crazy. And Susan, I see Susan everywhere. I mean, who doesn't? If you go to any charity event or anything that's a great cause, you're at it, and you're always mentioning Natick and how great Natick. There is no better ambassador for Natick than Susan, and thank you so much for everything you do for this town. Thank you. Again, I'd like to congratulate the other inductees. A special place, at least in my heart, for Jim DiPaolo. I was sad to see Jim wasn't here tonight. I was the following year to Jim. Jim was a senior when I was a junior. And I remember coming home from Coolidge Middle School and telling my father that I had met the greatest athlete I had ever seen. And he would tell me, no, your brother Doug is the greatest athlete. I said, Dad, you haven't seen this kid, Jim DiPaolo. He's amazing. I'm telling you, he's amazing. You know, you think your dad would say, no, Darren, you're pretty good. But he jumped straight to Doug, but that's a different story. And Coach Galani, so many great memories from Coach Galani. I'm so proud to be inducted as the same year as Bob Galani. He was a great coach. I had him in baseball and football, but I especially remember him in football. He made us do those stupid monkey rolls, which to this day I would tell him there's no benefit for that in football. And you're jumping over another guy, he jumps over you. It's like, but a tremendous coach, two very vivid memories. One would be the Needham game, my junior year, when unfortunately Bob had the heart attack that year, probably because Paul had thrown another interception. But that was not the reason. Paul, you didn't throw an interception in that game, but it was a tough game, should have been a tough game, but that was, of course, a sad moment, and like everything else he's done in his life so well with his family, his kids, and now with his grandchildren and his wonderful wife. He worked so diligently to come back from that and stay with Natick and coach and teach right up until a few years ago, and just so proud to be inducted in the same year as Coach Galani, so congratulations, Coach Galani. I also would have to thank Coach Lamb. So much fun to play for Tom Lamb at Natick High School. I don't know anyone that played for him that wouldn't say that. Thank you. It meant so much to us those years. I mean, no question had tremendous players. I mean, there weren't enough footballs for the teams we had. You know, you see Jim get inducted. I'm fortunate enough to get inducted. I see Joe Crisafoli out there. He was in the backfield. Dave Morrill, Wes Manderson, Paul Galani. This team was amazing. Dean Halatics here tonight. Glenn Chavis was here earlier. You didn't even need to run that fast to carry the football for teams back then. I mean, you could have run a 5 flat and scored 20 touchdowns. It's such a great football team, and I was so proud to be a part of it. So thank you, Coach Lamb, and thank you, teammates that I played with. Obviously, Coach Carroll was a great influence in those baseball teams. That was so much fun. And again, I was just lucky to be a part of those teams. Great players like Alvin Taylor and Paul Galani was on those teams. And Donnie Hutchinson, who has recently passed away. I wanted to mention Donnie. He was a great player for us at Natick High School. But most of all, I would just say I'm so proud that I played at Natick High School. I went on and played at Boston College, had my cup of coffee in the NFL, played a few years there, played up in the Canadian Football League, played with some great people, had some great victories, had some great championships, but none of those moments would ever surpass the moments I had at Natick High School. The championships we won at Natick, the teammates I had at Natick, the teachers I had at Natick, but most of all the friendships I made at Natick last me forever, and those are my fondest memories in my life, without a doubt. I mean, that's the first thing I thought of when Coach Buschenfeld called me and told me I was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, is that means the most to me than anything that's ever happened to me as far as an award. Lastly, in closing, I just want to thank my beautiful wife, Terry, who I know this is for Natick High School, and in Natick High School she probably wouldn't even have talked to me going down the hallway, and I don't blame her. But certainly she became the best part of my life, and because of us getting together and getting married, we have 2 beautiful children, Troy and Taylor, and I'd like to thank them for everything they do every day. My family, like most people, means the most to me, so thank you, Terry, Taylor, and Troy, and thank you again, everyone in Natick and the Hall of Fame committee. Thank you. Thank you.